Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here we are just about to jump into our first semi-final of the night. It is of course BTI taking on the SuperNoobs here. So we're just getting the tag picks and the countdown happening now as well. We are going to be playing on Prokhorovka for this semi-final. And if you're just joining us, I'm Go4WoT. And we've seen some pretty good tanking so far today. Some newcomers to the competitive World of Tank scene, which is great to see, and some of the more experienced players. So let's go ahead now and jump head on in towards this semi-final here between BTI and SN. I'm going to be rolling out with the guys from BTI. So Freaking, Arrow, Nathaniel, Harata, Ricky48, Reaperman 92, and Nexus. And they're going to be doing battle against Sunbow, the last, Ricky, Hien, Call Me Tenchi, and T-Lock, and Tangaroy in their tanks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the BTI lineup as they roll out here. So it looks like they have got themselves 2 IS-3s, 1 AMX 1390, 3 T54 LTs, and 1 T37. So not the full light complement that we are generally used to seeing here on Prokhorovka, but I'm sure that BTI, these guys will know how to make those IS-3s work. In the meantime, let's flick over on towards the SuperNoob side. They have got a couple of Bulldogs in defense there, 2 M41 Bulldogs, 2 T54 LTs, 2 AU251s, and 1 T32. So it's looking like a very strong defensive lineup there from the SuperNoobs coming out. So it is definitely going to be tricky for BTI to push onto. Looking at all of that firepower, and I actually really like this. SuperNoobs, they've sent Tangaroy over just to do a bit of scouting here on the side, and it looks like Tangaroy actually may have actually skidded down that hill there, but he might have actually spotted some of them heading up over that little ridge there as well, in that kind of J7 area. So that is actually really good information for the SuperNoobs to take out of there and to really use in the remainder of this round here. We have got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. So it's looking like at the moment NT Lock is going to be sitting right up the back here and doing his best to defend up near this kind of 2 flag. We've got Call Me Tenchi up here as well, who's actually just going to be okay. So they're just destroying some of the cover that BTI might potentially look to be using here. In the meantime, BTI looks like they're advancing maybe very slowly, very cautiously up onto the kind of F0 hill area there, and potentially up H7. So right now though, there's not going to be much for them to advance into, as the SuperNoobs here, as we can see, really have been doing a great job. They've leveled out half of this town here near the 2 flags, so it's really not going to offer SuperNoobs much cover at all. And already some shots actually going across onto BTI. Onto BTI on the hill there. And one's already connected onto that AMX 1390 there, dropped him to 77% HP. So looking like at the moment though, we've got Ricky here in the AU251, just seeing if he can make a poke work. Not able to at the moment. The last as well around the place, we've got Hien in the T54 LT, a little bit more central there. And Call Me Tenchi should be able to get some long-range shots up there. That one doesn't hit, but sure Tenchi here will try again. Now the question is for BTI is how they're actually going to push, because you know we're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the board there. SuperNoobs know exactly where they are, and yeah, it's certainly going to be very tricky for them. That's all I know. So right now it looks like they are making some movement. So let's flick over towards their perspective here. We've got Reaperman 92 trying to get some shots across. That one's not quite going to hit. But we've got Reaperman just up the top of the hill, going to be maybe rotating back. So obviously BTI not too sure what they want to do themselves in this scenario here. So we've got them rotating back, so maybe they might try for a really late push straight up the middle on towards that one flag, or maybe even if they leave it late enough, they probably won't be able to get a one push. But the issue is for them that they've actually got their IS-3s, they've got their heavy tanks up here essentially committed towards this two flag. So that is an issue for them. So the question is, are they going to be going rail tracks or one line? And it's looking like going to be heading up the rail tracks from the looks of things. And the push is actually coming on right now. We can see right here, Arrow in the IS-3 takes a hit, takes another hit, gets tracked, does not have any more rep kits, but that next RU-251 shot does actually ricochet off him, as he's dropped down to 26% HP at the moment. Might be the first tank to fall here. Only a couple more shots. There we go. That's it. SP Ricky with his RU-251 takes him out. And right after that, Reaper Man 92 goes down in his T-54 LT. The battle is on here on the fields of Prokhorovka. The RU-251, they're getting set on fire. The fire extinguishers used quickly there as Ricky takes down the last. Sunbow taking down two in quick succession. That's going to be Nexus and Harata going down. Tenchi finds Ricky 48 in the middle there, and it is reading all SuperNoobs at the moment. One more tank is all they have to eliminate. That's going to be Freaking. He might be able to pick up one. Yes, he does, before he is going to be dropped out very, very shortly. So a very well played game there to SuperNoobs. Overall, looking extremely strong in that one in their defense. So now heading in towards the battle results, let's take a look at the team score. And we can see, wow, Sunbow there with a T32. Amazing bit of play from him, getting 2.5k damage out. So that is very, very impressive up there. In the meantime, BTI, Daniel with the AMX 1390 managed to get 1.5k. So overall, a respectable effort there from him, but I'll have to wait and see. So let's stick in here. It looks like the teams are going to be getting their tank picks underway very, very shortly. So let's go ahead and follow those ones out. Probably not going to be expecting any sort of major tank pick differences, but let's wait and see, I think. So the tank picks early on, we have got two T54 LTs coming in for Reaper Man, who's picking for BTI. So starting off very similar there. And of course, now that BTI are on the defense, I mean, we might expect to see a T32 maybe. They might just stick with the IS-3s. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, SuperNoobs have responded with two T54 LTs. Reaper Man, right after that, two IS-3s. Okay, so BTI going to be going with the IS-3s in defense there. So have to wait and see how that works out for them. We generally don't see too many IS-3s on Prokhorovka from memory. Yeah, I mean, the T-32 can really use its strong turret armor to get into some of those spots where only the turret is visible. Next up, we've got 1390 and T-54 LT for BTI. And SuperNoobs on the attack there, actually, they're going to be going with the two M41 Bulldogs. So just keeping it pretty much the same over here. So I'll let everyone know that we're ready. And we should be jumping into this one very, very shortly. So it's looking like pretty much a similar lineup for both teams here. Pretty much the same lineup even. And not seeing too much of a difference. So again, of course, the main difference this time is that BTI are going to have the chance to defend. And just looking at SuperNoobs there in that last half, I feel as though their use of the Bulldogs for scouting actually worked out extremely well for them. And I feel as though without that Bulldog that had got that early scout off and had kind of eliminated the entire western side of the map for SuperNoobs. They knew that BTI wasn't anywhere on the west. then that really helped BTI because they could clear out the town. They could commit more forces in towards that 2 flag. Right now, though, let's take a look as we're rolling out for this second half here. See whether SuperNoobs can close this one out in 2 games or whether BTI can take one on the defense and draw it out to a 3rd. So early on here we've got the 2 IS-3s going to be heading towards the center there, heading towards the 2 flag from the looks of things on BTI. In the meantime, we've got SuperNoobs who have actually sent 2 of their M41 Bulldogs up onto the hill. The rest of their tanks just kind of pretty much straight towards that 2 flag. And I tell you what, if they actually wanted to push on towards the 2 flag right now, they probably could, because BTI actually have their 4 light tanks all the way over in kind of that E1 area. And it's looking like these T-54s here, they're not spotting much either. So really, I wouldn't be surprised to see them kind of group up and then maybe actually try for a straight out cap on towards that 2 flag. We'll have to wait and see though, as Nexus in the T-37 has been spotted here and probably doesn't want to poke that there. He knows that there's going to be a few barrels pointing at him as he goes over that hill. As we can see there, some shots already coming in. So in the meantime, let's flick over. We've got Ricky here in the RU-251, just starting around that 2 flag as well. And it looks like the last is going to be getting right onto it, so starting a base cap. Whether that will draw any of the BTI guys out, we'll have to wait and see, as SuperNoobs have actually got Sunbow here in the T-32, and we can see there the strong turret armor of the T-32. Look at that. Reaper Man tried to take a shot at Sunbow, ricocheted off. Sunbow said, you know what, mate, you're not allowed to do that. I'm a T-32. Turned around, 76% health, just like that. One shot there. So, and then another ricochet here. So fantastic tank positioning from the SuperNoobs. And right now, though, it's looking like BTI, they might have something to say pretty soon, as they are moving their tanks right up to try and get the push on. Let's flick back to Hien, who might actually be the first target here. See some shots coming out, and Hien, I don't think he knows that all of those, that 4 of those tier 8 light tanks are right there next to him. He's going to have to be pretty careful over here and definitely have a rep kit handy. It's looking like we may be seeing the tanks pushing in there. Oh yes, Hien sees them. And, oh no, he's gone the wrong way there. That is not good news for him. 2 more shots is all it's going to take him out. There we go. He goes down to Hirata there. And we've got the fight breaking out in the meantime right on the 2 flag. We can see Freaking there goes down to the last RU-251. Arrow is the next focus. Dropped down to 22% hit points in the IS-3. Call Me Tenchi finishes off that one. So it is looking fairly even right now, although as I say that, yes, Nathaniel takes down the last to even it up. 2 tier 8 tanks out apiece. Let's take a look now. We've got 1 tank just sliding around the place. Ricky takes down Sunbound, the T-32. Right after that, we can see Hirata drop down to 14% HP. The RU-251 there is going to be rammed, almost rammed to death, as Ricky takes him down. Ricky takes down Ricky, so Call Me Tenchi there manages to find Hirata in the mix. And it is still very, very even. Reaper Man, though, might be the next one to fall. Drop down to 10% HP. The Bulldog might be able to do it. Yes, it is. That's going to be NT Lock in the Bulldog doing work there. And the man with 2 kills, Ricky 48, falls on the BTI side right there. It is looking good for SuperNoobs after that exchange. The AMX 1390 here, Nathaniel might not have any clips soon. That's not going to matter though. He goes down. Nexus, the last man standing in the tier 6, going to be falling right after that. A hard-fought battle, a well-fought battle there from the SuperNoobs. Takes out this, and they take out the semi-final 2-0. There we have it. So, SuperNoobs got to be very, very happy with that performance for sure. So, taking a look there at the scoreboard, we've got Sunbow at the top there again with that T32, really doing work. 2.1k damage. Call Me Tenchi on 2k. We had NT Lock in the M41 Bulldog, 1.6 thousand damage there as well. On the other side, on the BTI side, they gave it a really good crack there. A great try from them, but Reaper Man up the top there only had 1.3k. Ricky 48 with 1.3, and Nexus as well. The rest under the 4 digits. So that is going to be it with that semi-final there, and that means that this SuperNoob is going to be progressing in towards a grand final, and a BTI going to be relegated down towards the game for third place this week. Of course, even with the game for third place, there is a nice chunk of gold up for grabs as well, so they're definitely going to be wanting to win that one. For now though, guys, what we're going to be doing is jumping off to another short break before we head into either the third place final, or maybe we might even see how the other semi-final is going as well. So for now, don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly.